Hello again everybody, it's Genghis of course, and this time I've got another T71 battle for you. Yeah, this is probably going to be the last T71 battle you're going to see from me for quite a while, because I sold this tank yesterday. This replay is like 3 days old, and I now have the T69. Anyway, we are on Swamp. This is really good matchmaking for me, because this tank has the same matchmaking as a normal tier 8 tank. So getting a tier 8 battle is nice. We are in Swamp, which is actually a rather decent map because it's a nice map for a scout overall. In the beginning of the battle, I'm going to go into a bush over here. We'll see that in a second. It's a bush I really recommend you if you're starting on this side and you have a tank with high view range, not completely shitty camo, and yeah, it's mainly good for scouts or for a medium, maybe if you are in high tier battle, like your tier 8, medium, and tier 10 battle, or tier 9 battle, that kind of stuff. But I would also go here in a bat chat, for example, because you're reloading at the beginning, or maybe even in just normal tier 10 mediums, depending on the matchup. If you have really high view range, you can spot tanks crossing over here too. I don't have that in this tank because my crew isn't that good. But you can still, even with like this kind of 400 meter view range plus, you can spot tanks over here or over here, and anybody going into the middle. So yeah, I start by spotting the super Pershing and the KV4. So yeah. The super Pershing shoots me without explosive. I don't believe I was spotted, it would surprise me. But, so maybe it was a blind shot. I don't have 6th sense, which is kind of annoying when you're playing a scout. Or which is, gonna annoy me all along this battle a little bit. I spot the SU-100. Pretty sure it's me. Upon going away. So I'll wait, I drive forward a bit more. So I'm far enough he won't spot me when I shoot. And then I just unload a clip into blind shots. Maybe I should have stopped shooting after like 3-4 shots to not waste ammo. But then again, I had to reload afterwards anyway. Or I would have reloaded afterwards anyway. So might as well shoot in case, I tracked him or something. Or he's just going backwards and not sideways. Oh yeah. I see this KV4 in a really aggressive position, but nobody's really here to fight him. And right now I see him, and I go back because I don't think I can penetrate him. However, when I watched this replay for the first time, I noticed that he's actually showing me his back, not his front. So yeah, I could have unloaded into that. KV4 is really well armored and really hard for me to penetrate. You can see. I only penetrated him with 2 or 5 shots, the last one going into the building. But yeah. Battle's developing slowly. We're cleaning out this flank over here, this area, which is always really nice. So yeah. I wanted to fight this T44, but he's in a good position. I don't want to peekaboo with him. His armor is actually pretty decent against me, especially as I'm below him. So when I'm going to shoot up at his upper plate, which is already, okay-ish, I'm gonna have real trouble penetrating. So no point in me trading shots and maybe penetrating him once or twice, taking 200 damage. I see the SU-100 spotted and the Cromwell. So yeah, I go there to kill him. And the T44 drops down and crashes, which is really fortunate for us. However, our T34-1 drowned, so yeah, go figure. I go up here. I wanted to go down here into the bushes, but I saw the Search 75 back there. If he would have pushed on, I could have shot him from up there easier. But he didn't do that, so yeah. That's why I moved on. I spot the Type 62 over there on the minimap and go back to shoot him. But he repairs the tracks just in time and... Wow! We just lost 4 tanks. We're now down 428. That's really bad news. Spot the Cromwell. I tried to put a tree between me and him so he doesn't spot me, but it doesn't work out. Could also be that someone else spots me. And I noticed the Type 62 shooting me there. He missed me and then he hit me. And the Type 62 is really annoying for me because he kind of... Oh, how can I say this? If the Type 62 wasn't there, I could be, you know, using all of this area. But with him in his position, I can only use like this area when I'm spotted. Try putting a couple shots into the SU-152 up there. And yeah, as soon as I go back, Type 62 shoots me again. I decide to reload. And then the Searching 75 appears up there, and I decide to go into the bush because I'm still reloading. I can't fight him when I'm reloading, so I just want to hide. But then as he's going back, and I'm now unspotted, hopefully. As I said, I don't have 6th sense, I've got no clue when I'm spotted or not really. Except for, you know, like guessing. I decide to run away. This position is now no longer useful because the Type 62 and the Searching 75 like have me flanked from both sides. So I decide to go on and move back into our base. You could say I'm gonna camp, but it's mainly because I saw the 375 and the super pushing on that flank. And yeah, from base, the base is a really powerful position in this kind of endgame situations. I don't recommend you to stay in the base at the beginning of the game, not even in the tank destroyer, because you're not gonna be able to shoot that much. But it's kind of an endgame situation. This position where I'm in right now is really good because you have a rock, coupled with many bushes, so you can really do a bit of what you want and not get spotted. And if you do get spotted while shooting or something, you can hide behind the rock. And yeah, I go back so the bush is transparent, start shooting the super Pershing. However, the first shot went really far to the right. He's showing me his front now, by the way, if you're wondering. But yeah, the first shot went really far to the right. The third shot I aimed badly and hit his front too, because he stopped driving. And then he puts a shot into me, and I'm really wondering how I can be spotted. And then I noticed the Searching 75 over there. Right now, you can see me, what I'm doing. I just want to talk about it real quick. So, I've got a scout here who's also an autoloader just like me. And I've got a super pushing over there, and I've got a couple people shooting me from back there. So, how can I get out of the situation positively? I'm going to keep the rock between me and the super pushing all the time while going backwards. I'm also going backwards because I've got the draw range indicator from minimap. This is as far as enemies see me on their, see me basically. So as soon as I go back a bit more, tanks which are here already can't shoot me, and tanks which are here won't be able to shoot me too if I go back a little bit more. So I just activate auto aim or keep going back and take down the 1575 very positively. We managed to catch up. We were down 4 to 8. Now we're down only 9 to 10. So yeah, that's pretty decent. As soon as I deal to the 1375 and I'm unspotted, I get back into this bush. I really want to know what the super pushing's doing. He's still pushing on, showing me a side too, which I'm rather glad about. I managed to track him. The super pushing, the slide armor is really weak, so if you've got decent penetration, you can go for the side armor most of the time, even if it's rather well angled or really well angled. Just a small tip. I was about to go away when I saw that I could actually shoot a Type 64 from here. I thought you would be behind the corner, but he's not. What? Critical hit? What? Critical hit? RNG. And I managed to take him out, but not fast enough, and all super pushing died sadly. Yeah, those 2 critical hits were really annoying. If it would have hit the first shot, then the super pushing would have killed him just after that. And maybe he could have turned his front towards the enemies who then killed him, and he wouldn't have died, that kind of stuff. So now we are actually down again, 11 to 13. Also, we only have an M6 and myself left. I'm low life. The M6 is, you know, not the best tank ever in this kind of matchmaking. And they still have a T71 with a lot of health and a Jack Panzer 2 who hasn't been spotted yet all game. Which can be good if he's AFK, but if he's just full life and camping, well, that's really annoying because full life, you know. I also ran out of APCR, which never happened to me before in this tank, that I actually had ammo problems of this kind. So I had to load my heat, which is kind of annoying, because A, it's really expensive, and B, well, it's actually not the best ammunition ever, so yeah. And right now, why am I driving away? Well, I mean, I'm driving away from C69 at the beginning, but then I come here to the corner, and I see those tanks. Why did I not, like, hide up here, maybe, or up here? It's because there's a Jack Panzer 2 unspotted, and these positions up here can be shot at from the ridgeline up here, which is one of the most likely camping positions where it wouldn't have been spotted yet. So that's why I decided to go forward and hide here. And there's like a small ridgeline which I can use to make it hard for them to shoot me. The criminal misses me, and as soon as I reload I take him out. And then sadly the Hellcat puts a shot into me. But I managed to take him out. Yeah, I just missed one shot, which was a bit annoying. And right now I'm thinking, how the fucking hell can I carry this game? Because the T69 is a really good tank. He's got a lot of health, he's got an autoloader, he's got vision, he's fast enough to get me. But then he drowned too. Like, I don't know what was up this game. At least one guy crashed and 2 guys drowned. So go figure. Now this game is really on, and right now I took a short break because I had to do some math in my head. I've got 8 shells left overall. I've got 150 average damage. 8 shells times 150 makes 1200 damage. A Jack Panzer 2 has 1150 health. So basically, if I want to kill him, I need to penetrate all of my shots, without exception. And that's kind of bad news, because if I want, what I want to do is to be circling him. But if I'm circling him and I'm shooting heat, I'm going to be at his side, and if the shots go into the track, I might not be able to penetrate and just track him. So I would have to be really behind him with the heat, or aim really well at the side of the superstructure, not the side of the tracks, which is hard to do when you're driving, you know, circles around the tank. He gets spotted right there by me, and I'm confident he didn't spot me because he was driving away. He didn't turn towards me. And at that moment, we were kind of at mirrored positions. I was here, he was here. Here is his base, there is my base. So I was just slightly bit closer to his base than he is to my base. I'm a slight bit faster than him. So I decide that I'm for sure going to be in the cap a bit before him if I go straight for the cap. And that capping is probably my best option to win the game, surely. Because to kill him in the one-on-one, I would have to surprise him. Like, I don't know, maybe he would be standing up here, and I come here, he doesn't spot me coming, and I get his side, I'm able to track him, something like that. Or maybe, you know, we meet in the middle, or we meet between buildings, all of a sudden. But if he's in our base, it's really hard for me to circle him, because our base only has 2 entrances, and it's a long, straight way to get to him. Like us here too, you know. Except that our base is a bit more open, because there isn't really this ridge line for me to hide behind when coming. So yeah, I decide to cap. I think he's going to be back in time, but I'm just hoping he's not. My plan is basically, in case he comes like right now, I'm just going to go out and hope I'm able to circle him somehow. Like maybe he comes this way, and I, you know, jump out that way and get him, or something like that. In case he comes like once I'm at 85% of the cap, my plan is just going to try and keep him tracked while I'll stay in the cap. Which is not the best plan ever, but it's probably my best chance to win. So yeah, cap is at 90, 91, 92. You see me driving forwards and backwards a bit. It's because I decided that in case he comes, I want to have already a bit of speed built up. I'd rather be driving at 15 than at 0. And I managed to cap, and wait. Do you see that shot was just Janet? And did you see that tree fall? That is how close this game was. So let's have a look at the post-game stats. I got a rather unsurprising ace tanker. I got a high caliber. And of course an invader. I think this is my third invader ever at 20,000 games. So yeah, I ended up doing 4,181 damage, 5 kills, and I got 1,547 XP for it, which is rather nice. Just to tell you this, show you this real quick, I've done far more damage than anybody else on my team, and only the enemy light tanks were similar to me, but they were rather good players too, so I'm not too surprised. The Jackpot Stew was actually not AFK, he did damage, he was moving at the end, but he just, oh wow, what, 13 shots fired, 460 damage. Well, I guess that's what happens if you stand all the way at the back and try and shoot a hold down tanks at 600 meters or something. I don't know. Anyway, I earned nearly 60,000 credits per two. I only kept 7,600 of those of net profit because the ammunition. I shot heat to only one clip of heat, but one clip of heat is like 40,000 credits or 35,000 credits. So yeah, kind of annoying. Anyway, I still think this was a really nice carry. I showed you some stuff. I only ended up spotting 500 damage. There's two reasons for that. First, at the beginning, when I spotted the KV4 and the super pushing, nobody was in a position or was able to shoot and penetrate them or whatever. They just didn't get shot at, except for one shot on the super pushing. And after that, I kept trying to spot, but every time there was like a flank I had to defend, like against the super pushing, then I had to help the M6 and stuff. There were rarely situations where I saw that if I would go forward and spot, it would be better for my team than if I stayed back and defended open flanks. So that's why that happened that way. Anyway, in case you're watching this video on the 7th of September, be sure to check out my live stream tonight around 10 or 11 o'clock Central Eastern Time, because I'm going to be streaming on the test server with all the new light tanks. And otherwise, yeah, be sure to stay tuned. Also, follow the Automotives channel. I'm going to put a link in the channel description, because on this channel and on the Automotives channel both, there are going to be some reviews of all the new light tanks, for example, from the test server in the next couple days. So stay tuned for that. Hope you enjoyed, and the next video is going to be in the Jackpot 2 in a 10 game. See you everybody. Bye, and thanks for watching.